All right, I just wanted to do a little video to give myself some trigger words. I'm getting a lot of information in right now. I've been getting a lot of visions, both physical eyes and third eye, sometimes both. Yesterday, I was in my garage and I was sitting there because it's very cold here. So I was going out to the garage to have a cigarette. And I was looking out the window. And there's a window that kind of looks part way out into my driveway. And then, of course, the garage door, which has no windows. But I saw fly in with my physical eyes, like a raven or a crow. But it was 6 to 7 foot tall. Huge, huge. It just came in at an angle and landed. And it landed and walked to where I couldn't see it, like where it was maybe behind the garage door. And I wasn't scared or worried or startled or anything. And then I saw, this is trippy, you guys. I saw with my physical eyes my spirit self get up and walk through the garage door. Turn around. I don't know how I could see through the garage door, but there you go. I was completely awake, by the way. Anyways, I turned around. I also was the entity walking through the garage door, so that's probably how I saw it. I turned around anyways, and I backed up and put my back to the raven. And the raven enfolded me in his wings. And I became the raven. And we flew away together. And it stopped there. Like, I don't know what happened after we left the driveway. And this was daylight, maybe, 10 a.m. I've been feeling so much energy, like so much coming through me. It's very hard to sit still. I'm tripping over my words. I feel like I drank, 100 cups of coffee. But I haven't drank 100 cups of coffee. At first, it's a very unsettling feeling. It's not the first time I've had this feeling. There's just a lot of energy coming in right now and coming through me. And I imagine there's a lot of people feeling this, whether they know what it is or not. The visions are getting just bigger and more interesting and stronger. I have a lot of other things. I envision myself as a lot of beings. There's a bear. There's a bear that comes to my backyard lately. This is recent, like the last couple days. A really big brown bear. Big, like a grizzly bear, like a really big bear. I'm not like up on all the different kind of bears. Kodiak bear, maybe. But it's just hanging out over there, just like, chilling in my backyard. And I don't see that one with my physical eyes yet, but I see that one with my third eye. There's also a white bear that literally just showed up when I was talking to you guys. I'm sitting out here in the dark in my backyard. It's the first night it's been warm, and it's just lovely. I spend most of my time outside. So when it's super cold and I get stuck in the house, I feel a little less connected. Anyways, wow, I'm actually having a vision right now. The white bear that came has a blue, electric blue and dark blue and many different kind of blue aura. It's really light, like wow, like not neon, but it reminds me of a great way to describe its brightness. The colors coming off this bear. Ooh, you know what it is? It's the Northern Lights. But in blues and silvers. And the bear just turned into a complete ball of energy. And it's growing, and it's encompassing this whole place. It's so bright I can't see anything anymore except for light. And every color light, the undescribable colors. There's a gathering. All these little beings and animals, and I've been seeing them for days, like physically seeing them, like I see them. They're just really quick and they're going real fast. I would think they're my cats, about that size. Some of them are bigger, like knee high, but they're not cats and they're not dogs. Some of them are, but not like what you think of them or what we think of them here. The cats that are coming are friends of mine from another dimension. They walk through walls. They know me. Also, I have friends that are whales and dolphins and sharks. I travel a lot. You guys are going to love this. I travel a lot in, I call it waking visions, but I'll travel to the center of the earth via a whale. A whale will pick me up. He'll open his mouth. I'll walk in. I'll sit on his tongue. I know it sounds disgusting, but it's not. And it's actually very pleasant. We know each other. We commune through telepathy. He takes me to the deepest trench on the planet, and there's like a grotto way down there, and there's a room, and it's very ornate and beautiful. It's an inner earth realm. They know me there, they expect me, and the whale just pops up in the grotto, and he opens his mouth, and his tongue rolls out, and I just walk on out like it's no big deal. I don't think I'm actually stepping on him. I think we just like to travel together. I don't think I actually need the whale. It's just one way for me to do it. That's fun. Who doesn't want to travel like that? Okay, I take that back. Maybe it's hard to understand. Also, I'm getting visions lately of all these crystals who are volunteering to be this vehicle for me. The best way to describe it is like a genie bottle, but it floats around in the clouds. The crystals are ever changing out, coming in, coming out, going where they need to go. They're sentient beings. They're doing their own thing, and anyways, the structure that they make for me, that my essence can go in and out of, is, I like to call it like Mary Poppins carpet bag, but made of crystal, and it's a genie bottle shape, because I love crystals and I love bottles and just so much about it that just is me. Anyways, but when you go in, you can go anywhere from in there. It's infinitely spacious, for lack of a better word. There's you can get anywhere from inside this bottle. Anything you want, it's all in there. And I think right now I'm just structuring it, and the crystals are coming to be with me, so to kind of help me along and guide me through this transition fully into the fifth dimension. I'm super excited. There's so much stuff I'm seeing that I want to paint, but I'm not a trained painter. I'm not like that. I try to express myself in what I see. I'm allowing energy to come through me from beings that are my friends that are here with me on planet to come through, and I can draw them, paint them. I just did a watercolor of a fire monkey cat that I invited in because I also have another thing. But for a long time there was this vision I had where I would go to the edge of a volcano and I would jump in just like it was no big deal, like right in the whale's tongue, right? And I would stand on the edge and I would just like swan dive right on in there and just giggle, and all my clothes would burn off, and I would come out, and no pain or anything, it's all kind of fun. And then I would come out in this white room. It reminded me of kind of a sci-fi kind of room, white on white, you know, kind of like those different shades of white, real clean lines, real futuristic, but not like a spaceship or anything. It's actually a room in inner Earth underneath this volcano, and when I first popped in there, it was just basically me by myself. It was like a big waiting room. You know, it's odd, like a mixer room where you can like have a drink and meet people kind of room. You know, little benches and couches and little tables and like gathering areas, and really casual. And then every time I would go to and jump through the volcano, there would be more people there, and they'd just be gathered around, chit-chatting, like everybody was waiting for something. And then finally, I went in there, and the room was just full. There were so many beings in there, just every shape and size that you could probably not even imagine, just in there, and everybody knew each other. And that's when I realized that those were all the pieces of me that I was gathering together for this big push into this new dimension where Mother Earth makes her big jump. Now, these visions have been going on for about a year and a half, 2 years. They progress, you know. There's so many. Anyways, I met the fire monkey cat there. There was always fire monkey cats. There's also these really beautiful moths that live there too. I did a watercolor of those that I gave my daughter last year. And if I focus on them, I can get their whole story. I don't know, I don't think to focus on any one thing for too long anymore. Everything's going so fast. I kind of touched on with Naya about a dragon. I don't know, last year ago, there was a dragon that would come visit me here at my house on my porch. Its head was humongous, you guys, and the most beautiful, sublime, just so beautiful. It was a water dragon with just these, think about aqua blues and greens and silver colors, and just this shiny, wet look, and almost like a smile, I can't explain, and just like you would liken a teddy bear, but not a big giant dragon head. Like, I don't know, that head, I can't even imagine what it weighed, but the head would fit kind of on my patio back here. And my husband and I were sitting out here one afternoon. It was actually early evening, I think, the first time I saw it. And it was right behind my husband, and I'm just sitting here looking at it like, honey, there's a dragon behind you. Of course, he doesn't see it. But he's amused by my stories. And it just kind of smiled with me. We didn't talk like this. It was telepathic. And it was just like a feeling. It wasn't even talking. Like, I know you. And then he stayed for a while. I call it a he. I don't know if it's more masculine energy. I don't really think about them being boys and girls. I don't think about anything being a boy or a girl anymore. Anyways, then later it would come, and I would see it like that, and then I would go into a trance right after, and I would see my body get up and go, and I would get on the dragon, but then I'm in kind of like third eye vision. It's hard to explain to people. Anyways, so then we would go, and we would start up, and we would start flying. Now, either I would fly on the dragon and then I would turn into the dragon that I was on, or I would be flying next to the dragon as a different dragon. Sometimes more than one perspective, all in this flying scenario. And I would fly so far. I always fly so far, and then I just don't remember what happens. And I don't think about remembering it. Anyways, I've let this video go a bit long. I have a lot of visions. If anybody wants to talk about any of this stuff, I get excited to want to talk about it. But, you know, it's way, way out there. You know, I spent the other afternoon imagining that I was a ping pong ball. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Probably the same thing my husband was thinking when he asked me what I was thinking about. He probably didn't even ask. I just started rambling. But I was having fun being a ping pong ball. I don't know. It just amazes me how I can focus on one thing and be that thing. And I've been doing it for a while. I'm just honing it. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Oh, thank you so much for all the beautiful energy. Truly, truly grateful for each and everything. Each and everything. Namaste, friends. Namaste.